So I'm Katie Otteson. I'm a career counselor at Orange Coast College. And if you guys want to introduce yourselves, Tao and Christina.
I'm Tao Ho, and I am an administrative assistant in the Career Center. So if you have any general questions about the Career Center, our services and resources, feel free to reach out to us. Katie and I.
I am Christina Anchando, and I am the Career Education Outreach Specialist.
So we're going to begin with, so we have two topics. One is going to be our Career Center, which is really available to any and all students, regardless of your major or your program of study. And then, so I'll walk you through our Career Center website because there's a lot of stuff on there. Where we won't go through everything because I don't want to overwhelm you, but we will sort of just walk through a few cool resources and all of that. And then Christina will take over and share a little bit about our career education area, which basically includes all of our certificate programs. And so she'll talk a little bit more about that and show you the career education website. Okay, and then we'll have some time at the end if you guys have any questions, about anything you saw during our presentation today. If you do have questions along the way, I'm happy for you guys to just use the chat because I have two other co-hosts here that can answer those questions in the chat too. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to head over right away to our Career Center website. When we get into more of the just question and answer kind of portion, we will have a slide up there that has our two website links, but it is just, you can just Google OCC Career Center as well, and it'll take you right here. So, so this is it. And just to kind of point out a few things up here at the top, like I mentioned, I'm a career counselor. And so, as an OCC student, you get to meet with me really on anything career related. And that's anything from major career exploration into, I don't know what I want to do. I'm not sure what my interests are or anything like that. You can definitely meet with me and we can chat about that. I'll actually click on this and kind of show you. And then anything to, researching career paths, looking at, I'm interested in a few majors. I'm not sure what I can do with those, like what are careers attached to those majors? What's the job outlook look like for certain careers that you might be interested in? And then all the way to looking for a job or an internship, maybe needing help with a resume or a cover letter, interview prep, all of that fun stuff. So that's, really anything career, job, work related, as well as major exploration related. You can meet with me for a one-on-one appointment. So this is just how you would do that. And then here's just kind of quickly showing you some of our services. So career counseling, we do offer a lot of career related workshops, which in a second I'll show you what some of the workshops are that we're offering this semester. And then we have a lot of online resources, tools, and self-assessments. So I will show you that in a moment as well. Up here are upcoming events. So this is where you will see, oh yeah, we'll talk about that in a moment. Here is just a sample of what, for this semester, for spring, what the topics are for the workshops. And of course, we're doing those virtually through Zoom. So you can kind of just see, quick overview, LinkedIn Learning, which actually OCC students have free access to for the next year, so till March 2022. A Design Your Life workshop, which is all about kind of career, major exploration, kind of using design thinking towards your life and life planning. Disrupting the Future. So this is all about sort of future work trends and stuff that's changing out there, all good stuff to know about. LinkedIn, one of my personal favorite things, and then Getting Hired. So this is, all the job search strategies, resume writing, all of that. So these generally are kind of the topics from semester to semester, so you can kind of get a glimpse of that. Christina, do you want to use this time to maybe talk about the Pathways Fair?
Yeah. So we are going to be having what we're calling the Pathways to Career Fair. It's going to be in April. It is going to be April, I believe, 12th through the 23rd. So it's over 2 weeks. And so the pathways portion is going to be about the different pathways we have at OCC and how they can connect to careers, and like what are the different majors that we have. And can you guys actually in the chat, because I'm curious, can you just write what you're thinking about majoring in, or if you're not sure, that's okay. You can put like undeclared, but just so I kind of get a sense too of where you guys are at and what you're sort of interested in. So throw that in the chat. But yeah, so the pathways portion will allow you to do that exploration on the different majors so you can learn more about what to expect when you go into a certain pathway. And then that connects to careers, and the careers are going to be our last 2 days. All right, we got automotive, culinary, and photography. All right, so very good. We have we don't have an automotive technology program at OCC, but we do have an aviation maintenance technology. So if you're interested in like machines or mechanics, you can, but maybe not cars per se, maybe airplanes, we have that. Culinary, we have an excellent culinary program. And then what was the last one? Photography as well. And undeclared or anything music. Okay, so undeclared too, all of these that you've put out there, this is really great because if you do participate in pathways portion of the fair, you'll be able to learn more about all of those different programs. Faculty pending, we're still trying to get people to, participate and talk about their programs. And then the career fair portion. So we're going to have on Thursday, April 22nd, our employer information group sessions. And so we are going to have different employers, and we already know who's coming for that. So we'll post the list soon. So check back in about a week or two. But we'll have our employers up, and you can browse through the different employers and actually hear from employees in the industry and what they're looking for, what skills they're looking for, what kind of employees they want to hire, right? Because the point of college, you got to get a job. So that'll, I think, will be very beneficial for you. And then if you are looking for a job, we are having our employer one-on-ones. That's going to be on Friday, April 23rd. That's going to be held through our, what we call Pirate Job Lookout. But it is the Simplicity platform, and that is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. You do not have to register for the employer information sessions, but you do have to register for the employer one-on-ones. So you will need to go into Simplicity and create an account, and then you'll be able to find the career fair there and register for that. And with the employer one-on-ones, you'll be able to meet individually with employers and potentially interview for jobs. Or if maybe you're not looking for a job, you can also utilize that time one-on-one with the employer to network and to talk to them about what your goals are and what the company offers, and how those two connect. And then maybe you can get a job with them in the future. So both are really great. Katie, do you mind clicking below where it says students? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it says click here. And so you can visit this website. Again, we can put the website in the chat for you, but this really breaks down everything I was talking about and explains the pathway piece and the career fair piece. And then if you could just scroll down a little bit more, this is where you'll see day one and the breakdown, and this is where all the employers will be listed. And all of the Zoom links, we'll be utilizing Zoom for that part. So when on the day, the 22nd, this is where you'll come to participate in that portion of the fair. And then if you just scroll down a little more, there's day 2. And right there it says register here to participate in employer one-on-ones. So that's where you'll go and create your account in Simplicity. So we have a flyer. I'll go ahead and stick that flyer in the chat so you can see it. I think that's it. How did you want to add anything else? Did I miss any points?
I think, yeah, this covers all of the details, especially this page that we're showing you right here. So check back because we're going to be adding additional information on the informational sessions, like the employer's information, their profile, and the Zoom link that you'll be able to access to their sessions. And then we do have some tips and, how to prepare for the day. So check this page for much more detail.
And I did put this page into the chat, in the link to this chat.
Thank you, Katie.
Yeah. And just so so you guys know, I don't know if because I don't know, you're not students, right? I mean, you've applied and all that, but you're currently not, taking classes with us. So you might not be attending this, but it's really cool for you to see even just what we have to offer. And this is the, kind of stuff, if you decide to attend OCC, enroll and take classes with us, you get to look forward to this kind of, programming and events and stuff in the future. And hopefully, by the time you're taking classes with us, we will be back on campus, maybe, I'm not sure. But it is really exciting when we do, our career fairs and things like that on campus. There's just a lot of energy. We get lots of employers there. So a great way for students to really just talk to employers and hear, get a job or get an internship, or really just kind of break that ice. Because I think a lot of times employers can seem kind of intimidating to a lot of students. And so really to just talk to them and see, oh, they're just a person. I'm just having a conversation, and to kind of just build your confidence in that process, because, down the road, you will definitely need to interview and, go do all that stuff with employers in the future. So lots of good stuff there.
And can I just add really quick with the employers, because, I've obviously been in contact with them to get them to participate in this event. And they are so eager to meet with our students. Like, they're like, how many students are you going to have? What are their majors? Like, how are you marketing the event? Like, they really want to meet with you. So, kind of to reiterate what Katie said, is like, they are people, and they want something from you as much as you want something from them. So employment is a two-way street, And so just kind of keeping that in mind. If you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm not ready to meet with an employer. You are, and they are so ready to meet with you. They're very eager. So I just want to throw that out there.
All right. Awesome. Thank you for sharing about what's going on there. So let's come back over to just our main OCC Career Center page. Okay, so that was all in upcoming events. And then again, that's where meeting with a career counselor. But if we scroll down a little bit, here are sort of our main sections of this website. So really, depending on what your kind of immediate need is when you're on here, hopefully these categories can help sort of navigate you to where you need to go. So today, and just for the next like 5-10 minutes, I'm going to walk us through the Discover Your Path in a little bit more detail. But just so you know, we do have prepare for your job or internship search. So what's in here will be, what's networking? I hear this word. What does that mean? What is a resume? How do I develop one? We have samples, we have templates, all of that good stuff. Same with cover letter. We have a lot of information on interview. So how do you prepare for that? What do you wear? What questions are going to be asked? How do I, what questions do I ask them? So lots of great stuff in there. So that's all prepare for your job or internship search. So right here. In this one, find a job or internship. Click on that. So this is where you'll find our job and internship listings. We have right here at the top our pirate job lookout. So Christina had mentioned that earlier for the career fair portion, when you do need to register and all that. So that's what she was referring to. And really at any point when you create your account here, which is free and available to OCC students, there are jobs and internships on there all the time. And so even outside of our career fair, you can always go on here and check out if there's anything you're interested in and would like to apply for. So that is our OCC specific job and internship board called the Pirate Job Lookout. And then if you scroll down, there's just, some additional kind of job and internship websites that you might want to check out. We have some general search tips here on sort of how to approach that, the search process, student employment at OCC. And then we also have something called the Internship Academy. which is essentially a course that you can actually enroll in to get credit for an internship. So it's pretty unique to OCC. Not a lot of colleges actually offer this class. Usually, they would offer it as part of a program. So as part of the, in our fashion program, you have an internship class, which we have that as well for many of our programs. But the Internship Academy is really for any and all students who get an internship. I want to be clear, we don't place you or give you an internship, but I can help, as a career counselor, I can help meet with you and kind of chat about that process, how to help you. But once you do land an internship and you want to get college credit or units, that's what this course is all about. So it's kind of it's pretty unique that we offer it, and it's a really cool opportunity to get credit for an internship. So that's our job and internship listings. I'm sorry, let me come back here. Sorry, my computer is a little slow right now. Okay, so let's go to Discover Your Path. And I want to just spend a little bit of time walking you through a few of our resources that we offer students. So take career assessments. So I love, you guys both had mentioned a few things, music and automotive, culinary, photography. So, it sounds like already have some interest, which is fantastic. I personally think it's still great to take some career assessments just to sort of validate or confirm those interests and or learn about other things that you might not have considered yet. Because there's a lot of majors, there's a lot of careers out there. And so, you don't know what you don't know, but when you take an assessment, based on your interests, your skills, your personality, your values, you'll get different results back, based on those results. And it'll say, hey, you might want to consider these types of careers, and you can explore those a little bit further. So this is a great place to start if you have no clue, you're undecided, so I think this is good. But even if you do have some idea, I think these are still pretty beneficial. So I'm not going to walk us through, all of the websites that we have, but I will just point out one that I really love, and it's really quick. It's a 3-item assessment, is Road Trip Nation. And just so you know, all of these, you will create an account, but they are free to OCC students, and you would just follow the instructions listed here to create that account. So Road Trip Nation, let me go ahead and click on that. Let me sign into my account really quickly here. So when you first log into the website, it'll prompt you to answer 3 questions. So this is a self-assessment. It's very quick, but it is a self-assessment. And you can always go in and edit and kind of change your responses if you'd like. So what interests you the most? I'm just going to randomly pick some stuff. Let's do fashion. What else interests you? I'll say, I don't know, art. And then what lights you up at your core? I will say sharing stories, communicating. So based on those 3 things that, that self-assessment, I am now seeing recommended careers, leaders, which are basically people that Road Trip Nation has interviewed. And so they're doing a career that kind of matches my results, and then majors. So these are all things, just recommended based on that really quick 3-item assessment. And all of these you can click through. So here's graphic design. You can just get a quick overview of kind of what that major looks like. Just a quick overview. And then over here on careers, let me just click on, well, someone mentioned photography, so I can click on a photographer as a career path. And you'll get all this information in terms of salary, projected job growth, level of education, what do they do, the leaders that, are again part of this website, how do they describe what they do? So lots of great info. What I personally really like about the site is they recommend stuff that you can start doing now to actually really kind of explore this path. So that's some good stuff to check out. So this is Road Trip Nation. Again, it's just one assessment that's really quick, but then it brings you to some really fantastic information. And again, just kind of expanding your awareness of different majors out there, but I would think more importantly, like just all the different careers out there. So this is this is like kind of my go-to resource. Okay. So Road Trip Nation. Let me come back over to our Career Center website. Just so you know, Eureka, I'm not going to click on it now, but Eureka is really great because it has a lot of self-assessments. So if you're really undecided and you're like, I really want to do all these assessments, Eureka is a great one because there's a lot to choose from. I think they have, I want to say seven or eight different self-assessments you can take. So that's a great one. And then Virtual Job Shadow also has, I think they have 4 different assessments, but what they are known for is some really fantastic kind of high quality videos that allow you to kind of get a glimpse into what the career looks like. So let me show you, this is, so their whole thing is the videos, and it's really cool because yeah, you can YouTube, what's it like to be a vet tech? And I'm sure there's some good stuff out there. But this, Virtual Job Shadow company really does a fantastic job of really showing you what is a day in the life of a vet tech, and not just the glamorous stuff that like, oh, they get to play with animals all day, but it actually really shows you, but what are the other stuff, what are the other things that they do that you might not really think about initially. So basically it's your job shadowing, and then you get to see all these other more Q&A kind of informational interview type of questions, and you can hear their responses. And then over here, they have the standard data. So what's the career description of a vet tech? What do they do day to day? What's the required education? The earnings, because at the end of the day, we work to make money and have a livelihood. So hourly or annual wages, you can actually look up by state versus national. Future outlook, this basically means, is there going to be projected job growth in the future? So is there going to be more jobs, more hiring in this field in the future? Okay, so this is Virtual Job Shadow. And if you wanted to take the assessments they offer, it's just right here, tools and assessments. So you can take any of these that you'd like. And just like any other assessments, once you take that, the results will be, here are the careers you might want to look into. So let me come back over to our page, and I'm just going to show you one last thing here, and then I will wrap up my portion. So explore career paths. You will see, so actually Christina is going to walk us through this website, so I'm not going to click on that. But just so you can kind of see a few other things here. Of course, it's the Virtual Job Shadow, you have Eureka, the ones I just had showed you. But at the very bottom, we have more industry specific other websites that you might want to look at. So maybe through some of those self-assessments, you start to see like, wow, communication is on there a lot, or computer science, or media, we have someone interested in photography. So these are all websites you can click on, and that will take you to another website that's specific to, whatever this topic is. And these are all kind of curated by us. So we want to make sure that they're kind of the best ones out there, and they're all really, really great. So we don't have every field out there, but we have a lot in here. So so that is it for me on the Career Center. But as you can see, we have a lot of stuff on here, a lot of resources. And again, this is our landing page. So from here, you can kind of get to all of that. So meeting with the counselor, the workshops, our Pathways Fair, Career Fair, and then these 4 areas here. So I'm going to hand it over to Christina. I'm going to actually stop sharing my screen here. And then, yeah, if you guys have questions, you can put them in the chat for me on any of that. I just should put them in the chat, and I'll respond to those as Christina takes over.
All right, so let me share my screen. Actually, let me do. All right, so um, this is now the career education website, or we call it the Career Advantage website. So I'll put the link in the chat after so you know how to get there. But it's just basically orangecoastcollege.edu/career advantage. And so we use the words career education and career advantage interchangeably because we believe that career education is a career advantage. So this is our website. And you can watch, there's a video at the top that you can watch, but really you can come here to see all of the different programs that we have in career education at OCC. And so we have 13 different career clusters, or our programs fall in 13 different career clusters at OCC. And then we have 48 different programs. And then within those programs, we offer 175 different degrees and certificates. So we break down our page by career cluster, although I will say I have a meeting about probably reformatting this page and breaking it down by pathway. So in the future, it may change. And I did tell you we're having that Pathways to Career Fair event. And so Pathways is really going to be the new language that we use in at least community college when talking about our different like programs and majors and so forth. So, but for now it's broken down by different career clusters. So these that you see, like building and construction trades, art, media, entertainment, education, childcare, these are the different career clusters. So there are 13. And then if you click on the Explore program and let's see, let's go to this one since we had someone interested in this area, you'll be able to see the different programs that we have at OCC. If you click on Explore Careers, it's going to take you to a different website, the California Career Zone website, which is a really great website, and it's a really great resource for you to be able to look further into the career. And so you can click there to see like the wages, or I'll just click on something. What they do about the job, the interests, and so forth, things you need to know. So this allows you to go further into the specifics of the career, especially if you're not really sure about what it is, on the California Career Zone website. But bringing it back here, so we'll just click on photography, since we're using it as an example. And then you'll be able to see all of the information we have on that particular program. So at the top, and every page of our programs is laid out the same. So they will all have a little paragraph at the top that talks about photography and our program. And then just a sample of some of the classes that you would take if you entered that program. Some little facts just in general about either that program or career education. And then right here under program details, this is where you'll see the different degrees and certificates that we offer. So at OCC, we offer 4 different types of degrees and certificates. We offer a certificate of achievement, a certificate of specialization, an associate's degree, whether that be associate in arts or associate in science, and then an associate's degree in art or science for transfer. So an ADT is also what that's known as, if you've heard that language before. So they will all have the 3 different columns, but if you don't see any programs listed under a certain column, so here we don't see anything under certificate of specialization, that simply means that we don't offer any certificates of specialization within that program. But we do have the different certificates of achievement in photography, as well as an associate's degree in photography. So then if you were to click on one, you can see here, it tells you a little bit about that specific certificate, and then you can click on program, view program details in course catalog, and it will take you to the photography page in our catalog, where it again lists the different certificates. And this is actually really helpful. I like this a lot. And you can click on, let's just click on the first one. And so right now we're in our catalog. And so you can get a little overview of, this particular certificate. And then you can click on requirements, and then you can see, just to give you a general idea about what classes you'll be taking. And then if you actually click on the class, it gives you a description of what that class is. Because, okay, film production 1, but what am I learning? What are we doing? What does that even mean? So then you can see here what that is. And then it tells you right there, some electives at the bottom, how many units it is for that particular certificate. So this is just a nice guide to kind of get you started and have you have an understanding of what that certificate requires and the types of classes you'll be taking. But I would still recommend that you meet with a counselor. This should not take the place of a counselor. Because, things can change and requirements can be different, or, there might be some tips and tricks that the counselor has for you. So I would still tell you to go ahead and make an appointment with a counselor and meet with a counselor to create an educational plan for you to make sure you're taking all the classes that you need and in the order, to take them. But this is also just a good resource for you to see what is going to be expected of you and kind of where to get started. So going back, and then there's some FAQs here. So like, how do I enroll and register? And I think I heard that you both have already registered, or not registered, I'm sorry, applied to OCC, I believe, right? So can you just put like, yes, if you have in the chat already applied? And then, how much does it cost? And how long does it take? Do we offer evening, weekend, and online classes? This one is a little bit, let me see where this takes me. Okay, good. So this will take you to the class schedule, but we do have, sorry, I'm gonna kind of jump out of place here. Oh, it's on the home page. If we offer evening, weekend, and online classes, we have a page for it, but because COVID has kind of thrown things off, it's, everything is online now, but so yes, we offer a lot of online classes, but we'll see, as things change when we go back to more in-person learning, how COVID has affected classes at OCC. I know that they're probably going to stick to more online classes while also having in-person classes, but just offering more classes online because it's more accessible for everybody. And then when you get down here, there's a career video here as well. So Katie showed you a place to get some career videos and learn more about different programs and so forth that you're interested in. And here's just another resource as well. And if you click on the career video, it will open up a video and you can kind of watch the different videos to learn more about that particular program. So this one's not loading, but. And then at the bottom, there are other programs that might interest you. So we had clicked on photography. So 3 programs that are kind of in that same realm of photography. So like film and television, digital media arts, and you can click on those and it'll take you to their program pages. And then at the bottom here, if you have more questions or you're looking for a little bit more, there is a find out more section and you can just go ahead and fill out your information here and send it. And all of those inquiries come to me and then I'll get back to you with a response to your question. Or you can just write down like photography and then I'll send you more information about the photography program. So if you are like, well, I kind of already know what I want to go to and I don't really need to go through all of these different career clusters, you can just go to programs A to Z and we list them all here. It's just another way for you to get to the program you're interested in quicker. So like, oh, I'm interested in culinary arts. So then we'll just click there and it takes you to the program page. So just same thing, just a little bit faster if you know where you want to go. And then we do have under more or menu, it says licensure and employment rates. So if you're interested, let me zoom in on this. you can kind of see for the programs that require a licensure what our passage rates are. So sometimes people will ask me, okay, so if I take your program, what are the chances of me getting a job after? Or are you going to prepare me to take the licensing exam or certificate that I need to be able to enter this field? And so you can see here, like for example, let's look at the aircraft maintenance technology, because we did hear a little bit automotive, so this would be ours with airplanes. So it does require an examination. It's a federal exam, and you can see we have 100% pass rate. So it's really good. And then a website that will take you to more information on the licensing piece. So like for the aviation maintenance technology, that's through the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration. So you can get more information there. So it's just kind of interesting because, getting the certificate or degree is one thing, but then if the job you want to go into requires a licensure, you need to pass, right? And then below that is some job placement rates. So you can see that as well. So that's our website, and that's pretty much, this is a good place for you to kind of have the opportunity to explore the different career education programs that we have. Now, I want you to keep in mind that this website is specifically for career education. So it does not list all of the programs that we offer at OCC. So those numbers I gave you, 48 career education programs, 175 different degrees and certificates. I'm talking about career education. I'm not talking about the college as a whole. So college as a whole, we actually have more. So I know that one of you mentioned music, for example. So that would fall under like art, media, and entertainment, but you don't see music here. So you might be asking yourself, why don't I see music? And that is because music is not considered a career education program. But if you were to go to our homepage, just orangecoastcollege.edu, you would be able to find music through our homepage. So I just kind of want to point that out to be very clear that if you, when you use this particular web page, that you are aware that if you don't see a program here, it doesn't mean that we don't offer the program. It just means that it might not be a career education program. So just something to keep in mind. And that is all I have. So let me stop sharing. Okay, I see, yes, you guys have applied to OCC, so that's good. So again, if you have any questions, you can throw them in the chat. Let me just say too, career, you might be like, okay, what is career education, and how does that differ than other programs? And so the idea is that you'll be able to earn a degree or certificate in 2 years or less. And then in career education programs, you get more hands-on training. You're in the classroom, you are learning the hard skills that you need, as well as the soft skills that you need to ultimately go out and get employment. You can still transfer in a career education program. So sometimes there is a misconception with career education that, oh, so that just means, it's like this technical job where I'm only learning this one area. And well, I kind of wanted to get my bachelor's degree, so I guess I'm not going to go into career education. But no, you can transfer. Some of our programs are transferable. It really just depends on which program you get into. But the idea with career education is that you are able to get a job right away. There are some areas and some careers where you don't necessarily need a bachelor's degree to get a job. And I know Katie talks about this in some of the workshops she mentioned about like the future of work and where it's going and whatnot. And so it's just important to, when you're thinking about which area you want to go into, what is the path to get there? And is it the traditional path that, you know, our parents are always telling us about, or is it a different path that is my own, like culinary, for example, you know, does not require a bachelor's degree to be a chef. So just some things to think about when talking about career education. And that's it for me. Katie or Tao, do you have anything else that you want to kind of add?
No, it looks like we we lost Daniel, so I think we only have Brian here. I did want to just show Brian, if you're still with us, because I think you were the one that mentioned being interested in music, and that wasn't on the career ed page. So I did just want to give you the link to this is our catalog. So this here is like all the things that we do offer career education, and you know, the other programs aren't that weren't listed there. So here's music. I'm going to go ahead and just copy and paste and put this into the chat so you have it, the link. So you can see these are all of our different degree programs with music. So there are some that are a little bit more, this is like an AA for transfer. Here's just an AA in music. Here's more specific, you know, instrumental, vocal, studio guitar performer. We have MIDI, which is basically like music production, you know, digital music, learning the software, all of that, which is a fantastic program. So you might want to look into that. So I just want to make sure that you had that. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, Brian, it looks like you might be our only student now. So do you have any questions for us at all? We probably overwhelmed you with lots of good information.
Yeah, you can unmute yourself and then ask questions too. Not just the chat.
Great.
Yeah, if you ever have any questions later, you know, when you start browsing through the websites and looking into more information that we provided, and you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. Christina, can you share that slide so that Brian can get the information to reach out to us?
And Brian, I would just say that I would probably really encourage you to attend our, let me hide this, our Pathways to Career Fair event, especially because you aren't really sure what you want to major in yet, and you're thinking music, but if you haven't settled on anything, I think that'll be a really good opportunity for you to be able to hear from faculty about their programs. So I would definitely, and I sent you the flyer and we put the link in the chat. So I would definitely consider attending, because I think that will be very beneficial for you.